Live here too. Come home to Ascension Living.
If you love to travel like I do, then you are going to be as excited as I am to welcome Ambyr Gallegly to the show. She has Blue Pineapple Travel Agency. I'm stumbling over my words with you this morning, Ambyr.
It's quite all right. Thank you for having me this morning, Julie.
I am genuinely so excited to have you here. We are big travelers in my family, and we have become the type of people who kind of have perfected the model, so to speak. We know how to do one or two things really well. But if I would use you, I could kind of tell you my wish and you can make it come true, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I feel like that's the best part of my job is people come to me and they say, we want to go to this place, or we want to go to this place, or we just want this type of experience. And we have a call and I'm able to create those itineraries for them to make, you know, travel dreams come true.
So there was a time, many people watching probably remember, when that was just kind of typical. You would find a travel agent and make your plans. Then the internet came along and we all began to be these DIYers. That comes with an awful lot of angst when you're the one trying to plan everything.
It absolutely does. And it's almost a blessing and a curse to have so many resources online. You can learn a lot, but sometimes it's hard to know what to trust, what reviews to trust, what advertisements to trust. And that's why you need a trusted travel advisor who is not a travel agent, but an advisor who advises you. And so you come to me and you say, these are the things that I'm interested in, and I can tell you this resort looks good online, but it's really not. That's a lot of, you know, advertising that's not
a lot of sizzle.
True. Yes, or a destination, or you may think you want to go to a destination because it looks good on a commercial or because someone you know went there, and then we actually talk and you say, well, that's really not what I want to do. So I kind of listen to what you say and sometimes what you don't say, and to create that perfect itinerary.
I do love the kind of customization of it that you're going to create. So you were telling me she can do domestic travel, international travel, but where you really feel you shine, you can do the simple trips for sure.
Absolutely.
But those complex ones where you think, I wish I could go to Italy, but I don't know how to navigate once I'm there.
Wonderful. Absolutely. So I feel like one of the biggest obstacles for travel, for people taking that next step from the dream to actually going to the destination, is that intimidation of the details and the planning. And so you call me and you say, I want to go to Italy. I only want to go to Rome, or I want to go to several different destinations in Italy. And I say, okay, because there's trains, there's transfers, there's tours, or there's not. And I can create the perfect fit for you, for your family, if it's a small group or a larger group, to make it easy and simple so that all that you have to do is go enjoy.
We've been talking for a few minutes and I've watched your face change. And when I first introduced Ambyr, of course, this is different territory for you, so you were nicely listening to me. But once you start talking travel, your whole face just brightens up. This was something, it sounds like you did growing up as a kid. Your dad was a big traveler, so you just kind of have carried the torch.
Yes, I've always enjoyed traveling, but I do feel like what's even more enjoyable to me and more valuable to me is planning for others, because I love to share that the ability to have that experience so that others can have that experience. People who maybe, like I said, were intimidated to make that step to the next step, to be able to plan a trip. And I actually had a conversation last night with a family that I did a trip for them in Greece a year ago, and we're planning Germany next. And so last night they said, do you know it's been exactly 1 year from this week that we had this magical trip, and we think about it every day. And I was like, that is the greatest gift to me. That is why I do this job, is to be able to create those experiences for families.
So I think I mentioned this. If I didn't, let me say it now. When you use Ambyr with her at Blue Pineapple, there is no cost to you. So you pick up that phone, you call her, follow her on social media, and then begin the conversation with her of how she can customize your trip for the one of your dreams. It won't cost you a thing.
Exactly.
And you learn so much along the way.
And I feel like a lot of people are afraid to reach out because they think, oh, well, that must be much more expensive than doing it on my own. But really, it's not. And in a lot of cases, I can save you money either by connections that I have, or also just making different decisions. So you may spend a certain amount of money on a trip that's not right for you, so then in the end it's kind of wasted money. And so if you work with me, then I'm able to make it a perfect fit so that then you're getting more value for your money.
And sometimes, about a minute left, sometimes people have like a bucket list family trip. They want to all go to Italy, say, but they all have their different wishes.
Yes.
You can kind of work as a group to let them all get what they're looking for.
That's my favorite trip to book. So it's a multi-generational trip that has a lot of components. I have one I did this summer for a family, London and Scotland. And so the grandparents wanted to do some experiences with the grandkids, but they wanted to have some downtime in the day. But of course, the family with children, they wanted to do lots of activities all day. So we were able to make those different experiences each day where they had plenty of time together to build those bonds and memories and experiences together, but also have time where the grandparents could get some rest, the kids could get their energy out. So that's what I love to do the most.
I know we have to all get through the holiday season, but you know as well as I do that once it's over, this is the time of year everyone's
Absolutely.
looking to plan those trips. So write her number down right now. It's bluepineappletravel.com, or give her a call, 706-217-5729. You will be so glad you did.
West Jellyknife, over 40,000 square feet packed with over $1 million in inventory. Tools to tiles, we've got it all at prices lower than Lowe's and more cheapo than the Depot. Check out our selection of LVP flooring starting at just $1 per square foot. Why pay more? Shop local and save big.
Around 20 years ago, I received a phone call that no one wants to receive. My mother had been in a terrible car wreck.